In the Netherlands there is a startup company called Fastnet. It is a company that will deploy fast charging stations all along the Dutch highways. So a total of more than 200 fast charging stations will be located along the highways. That will be deployed in about 1.5 years. So before the end of 2014 we will have hundreds of stations along the highways. The stations that will be put in the field and are put in the field by ABB, they are all what we call cloud controlled. Cloud controlled means that all these stations are connected to the internet and they are remotely managed. The remote management is very essential for an ongoing operation of these chargers. If you can look at the chargers from a distance, then you can check the availability, you can check the technical status, you can check a lot of parameters in the chargers and change them if needed. The question whether the EV market will take off is not primarily determined by the charging stations, it's primarily determined by the car makers. So people will decide to buy a car based on the quality and the amount of cars that will be available in the market. So the prices are very important, the amount of cars, the models are very important, and we are reaching now a switch point where the amount of cars will be significantly more than what happened in the last years. And then the next question is, can I charge my car everywhere? Firstly at home, of course, can I charge at home, and secondly, can I do it while I'm on the road? And there people need to have more comfort and more assurance that they can charge their car along the route that they are taking. So the introduction of the cars and the deployment of the fast charging will happen simultaneously in the Netherlands, and that will really trigger the takeoff of electric vehicles in the Netherlands. The issue with a rollout of charging networks is not so much that you have to change the complete infrastructure. Chargers are put at the end of an existing infrastructure. All the transportation for electricity is basically there. You can take an electric vehicle, go home, plug it into your wall socket and basically charge. That infrastructure is there already. We only talk about the addition of fast charging and faster charging, and that is basically not more than the charger that has to be put on the end of the existing infrastructure. If we look at the rollout pattern of the cars, the new electric vehicles, then you will see that those cars will be launched in all those environments where there is densely populated areas. Driving distances are not thousands of kilometers, but hundreds of kilometers. And then it's very easy to pinpoint the countries and the locations where the adoption of electric vehicles will be highest. The Netherlands is one of them, but Germany is definitely one of them. Norway, with a very positive government mentality and incentive scheme, is one of them. Denmark is one of them. UK is one of them. So basically we talk about Western and Northern Europe. A nationwide rollout in a country like China will start most likely in the big urban environments, so the 6 or 7 main hubs that they have around Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. Those cities, they will be very rapidly populated with chargers, and the more rural areas can either be done with existing fossil or, as China is doing, with high-speed trains that interconnect those hubs, and from the hub you go on with the more peripheral transportation means, and that could again be electric vehicles.